Please welcome Freek. This is in fact my 10th consecutive talk at LARACON, so I'm very happy with that streak. And today, thank you, we are going to talk about packages. So yeah, I'm Freek, I work at Spatie, I have my blog, freek.dev. I'm still active on X, my handle is Freek Meurze, and meanwhile I'm also on Mastodon, and my username there is also Freek Meurze. I work on Flare, which is the best exception tracker for Laravel applications. We have a booth here, come say hi. I also work on Mailcoach, which is, I think, the better MailChimp, I think. I also work on Odeer, which is a batteries included uptime monitoring services. And all of these services, they are powered by Laravel. Now, next to working on SaaSes, at Spatie, we also work on your projects for consultancy too. So if you have a project, a big Laravel project, get in touch with us. Now, that being said, a lot of our time is also spent on open source software. Who here is using a Spatie package? Okay. Pretty nice. So we've been doing this for a long time already. The open source efforts in Spatie, they started in 2015. And at the time, we had a CMS that we've built ourselves, and it was powered by Zend framework. And I stumbled upon Laravel. And I immediately thought, hey, Laravel, I really like it, but we got a lot of functionality in our framework as well. And then I thought, maybe I can move all the functionality of our Zend framework CMS to Laravel. And I did that in the form of packages. And that's how the first packages were made. So in our Zend framework thing, we needed to talk with Google Analytics, so I made a Google Analytics package. We had some functionality around media, so I made a package for that. And yeah, whenever we could open source something, we try to do it, not only in our Zend framework days, but also in our Laravel days, when we are already up and running with Laravel. Whenever we saw something that we can package up, we did it. And right now, we have about 300 packages, registered on packages, and the main bulk of them are Laravel and PHP. Now, let's take a look at how many times these packages are downloaded over the years. So we started in 2015, and at the end of 2015, we had about 100,000 downloads, which I still remember was mind-blowing at the time. Then, a year later, we almost reached 1 million. Then in 2017, we had 3 million. Then in 2018, we had 20 million. 2019, 50 million. And you can see those bars are still pretty low. So now it's going to really explode. So in 2020, we had almost 100 million downloads. Then in 21, we had 190 million downloads. This is just insane. Then in 2022, yeah, then it started 450 million downloads. And yeah, will we have reached 1 billion at the end of 2023, so last year? Not yet, but 850 million downloads for Spatie packages combined, which is, yeah, thank you. Yeah, so yeah, thanks for the applause. I really don't have time for applause, but I do appreciate it. So currently, yeah, the Spatie packages are being downloaded for 45 million times a month, and the current download total is 900 million. So we'll hit 1 billion in a couple of months, and rest assured we are going to do something special at that moment. So people ask me, Freek, how are you doing this? And the secret is that I'm not doing this alone. I have an entire team that works on open source, and most of them are in this hall. So I'm blinded, but my colleagues, could you please stand up and give my colleagues a round of applause, because they work on all of this stuff as well. They're sitting in the back there. Yeah. So, these are, on this slide, I've listed some of our popular packages. You might know some of them. And I've given, over the years, I've given talks about some of these packages on the LARACON EU stage. Whenever we made something big, I made a talk of that. But this year, I want to do it a little bit different. So in this talk, I want to talk about the less popular packages, packages that don't reach those millions of downloads. But some of those less popular packages, they contain some of my personal favorites, some that I use every day. And so the idea is to have to demo to you 10 packages in 20 minutes. So it will be quite a ride. And to save us some time, I've already created a Laravel application with every application installed in it. But rest assured, installing these packages is that easy. All of those packages have very good documentation to get you up and running very fast. So let's start with the first one, Laravel Horizon Watcher. So let me show you this one in action. So I got my little debugging helper here. I've got here a command that will process a podcast job. And in that podcast job, I'm going to send something to Ray. So this is a queue job. So let me start Horizon here. So I'm going to start Horizon. And let's, put this on the queue, process the podcast. Oh, I get a new window. I'm going to use this one. So I'm processing the podcast here, and let's now change this. I'm processing the newest podcast. I'm a little bit nervous, so I can't type anymore, but yeah, that worked. So let's process it again. And what do we see? We don't see our change here. And why don't we see our change here? Because, yeah, Horizon has already loaded that class. It's not going to reload it. And I don't know about you, but I've lost plenty of time with this, where I updated my job, I did it again. Who here has had this problem? Yeah, there you go. So we're going to solve this. So this package, it adds a Horizon watch. And it will restart Horizon when any of the files change. So if I process this now, of course, I get the newest. But if I now do hi Laracon here and save this, let's see what happens. Change detected, restarting Horizon. Let's do it again. And we immediately see the change. So you won't lose time with this. So that is Horizon Watch. Very simple package that adds this command, and that will save you a lot of time. Let's go to the next one, Laravel Remote. That's also something that I use all of the time. So I have here a say hello command. And if I, some terminal management, yeah, I should do that here. If I execute this command, then I get hi Laracon from Darwin. So this PHP OS, it just gives the name of the OS. macOS code name is Darwin, so we see this here. But let's say I want to execute this command on a server somewhere. And I've already deployed this application on my server. And let's maybe go to the environment file. I think it's called remote here. So here I have defined some variables, remote host, remote path, remote user. And whenever I execute PHP artisan remote, I can add any artisan command after this, and then this will be executed in this environment. So if I execute that like this, then if the Wi-Fi is correct, this says, hi, Laracon from Linux, because this one is now executed on the server. Thank you. For people that have been in the Laravel community for a long time, you recognize this from Laravel 4. This was actually something from Laravel 4 that I found very handy, so I packaged it up to bring it back. Very handy. Okay, let's go to the next one. Laravel support bubble. This is really a fun one, and yeah, it's just what it says in the name. It brings a support bubble to your application. So let's go to the view of my application. So there's nothing special here. This is just the default page here. But if I go to this view, if PHP Storms will do it, and scroll down, then you can see that I've got a view component here, provided by the package support bubble. And let's now refresh our little page here. And here we have a little support bubble. And let's see what it does. I'm also going to open up Array here for a second so you can see some things in action. If I click on this, you have a support form. And this will be included on every page of your application. So here you can add your stuff, test, hi there, like that. We're going to submit it. And with any luck, a mail will be sent with the data that I've just included here. And yeah, that's what the package does. It just adds a support form that sends a queued mail. And this is very handy if you have like a SaaS or an application that has users where you want the users to contact you. This is like a very easy way to do it. It's installed in like 1 minute. And we use this at Flare, at Mailcoach, and at Odeer. So again, very simple package, but it adds a lot of functionality. Let's go to the next one. Laravel Slack alerts. This is a very simple one. So whenever we in our services, when something happens in our application, we sometimes like to be notified in our Slack channel. For example, for Flare and Mailcoach, we want to know when somebody subscribes, when somebody cancels, and some other interesting events in our application. Let me demonstrate this. So I've got a newsletter form here, and let's bring Slack next to it. Whenever I subscribe here, boom, and hopefully this works. Yeah, I'm immediately going to see that in Slack. Has subscribed to the newsletter, and here for the lovers of the Grumpy Cat, we have the Grumpy Cat. Let's take a look at the controller that does this. So this is, let me think, I should take a look in my routes, in the subscribed controller. And here you have like that Slack alert message that I just sent. Now you might think like, hey Freek, of course we can send messages to Slack, that isn't anything special. But what the package actually does is behind the scenes, it will do this in a queued way. Because if you send like something to Slack directly, Slack can take a couple of seconds to respond, and you don't want your this happening in your HTTP request, because your user will see like the slowness of that. So this is a very convenient way of just doing this, and behind the scenes this will be a queue job. So it's again something that will save you time, because you don't have to set up that job, and you can add Slack alerts everywhere in your application where the events happening that you might be interested in. So this is also something that we use in all of our applications. The next one, Laravel Query Builder. This is really a powerhouse package, which I could do like a talk on it entirely. And this one is coded up and maintained by my colleague Alex. So let me demonstrate that. So I can close this one, clean this a little bit up, and go to the user controller. So what this package does is that it will transform incoming HTTP requests to eloquent queries. So let's maybe open up array here again. And what we are going to do here is whenever a request here comes in, we are going to clear array screen, and we are going to show every query that happens when this gets executed. And here is where the package comes in. So here we are going to define a query builder. This is defined by the package. We are going to fetch user classes, and here we are going to say, hey, if in the URL posts are requested, then we are going to load up that relation. If in the incoming HTTP request there is a filter on name or email, we are going to add a where clause, and we are going to allow to sort on this stuff, and we are going to use Laravel's default user resources here. If I take a look at the user resource here, then you can see that we will return the posts when that relationship is loaded. Okay. Let's maybe visit this route, and I had a little helper here beneath it where I just could copy the route, but it seems like I forgot to save that, so I'm going to do it by heart. So it's visit, and visit is actually also a package that we've made. It's basically a better curl, which will auto-format JSON and HTML and colorize it. So I think the URL was, I'm going to maybe steal it from here, so I don't have to type it fully. Not thanks, but I think it's API users. And yeah, sure enough, we have the users here. And you can see this is like readable output here. And you can see that this application, we just executed select star from users. But we can also here include is, I think it's like this, posts, like that. Yep, and now you can see that in my application I selected the user, but I also loaded posts. And in the requests, if I scroll to the top, let me do that again so I can just scroll to the top. You can see that the post relation has been loaded. And this just happens, this is just allowed because we said here it allowed the includes for that. Now, if you want to sort on stuff, you can do that as well. So here you can do sort on, for example, email. And let's execute that as well. And now you can see that the query that is executed is select star from users order by email. And in our request here, we can see this email starts with an A, also with an A, with a B. So these results are sorted. So this query builder package is like an excellent way for building out APIs where you want to have your user have the option to load things, to filter on things, and to sort things. I've only scratched the surface about this package. It's already, I think, on version 5. It can do crazy things like nested includes and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that if you build an API, you will very much like our query builder package. So check that out. Okay. Next one, Laravel login link. This is an, yeah, thanks, Christophe. Christophe just made, I think, a Laracast video about it, so I know that he's a fan of it. So let's maybe go to the login page of my application. So login here. And so here I'm in my testing environment. And how many times have you had to think about this, like, how is the test user in my local environment called? Is that like test@spatie.be? For you, it's probably in another firm. Is the password or secret or something else? You have to look in your user seed or like which user is there. Isn't there a better way of doing this? Well, there is a better way of doing this, and that is using our login link package. So if I go to the login view here, then let me uncomment this stuff here. We're only going to use this in the local environment, and we're going to use this login link view component provided by the package. And this package it will actually display a little URL that when clicked, it will log you in. So you don't have to remember the test credentials of your test users anymore. Thank you. Yeah. It is such a simple thing, but it saves you like a lot of time. And it also has some like niceties to it. If you forgot to seed your users and you click that link, then we will quickly create a user and log that user in. So even if you forget to do that, you get logged in. You can define links for logging in an admin, logging in a guest, so you can add like a role in there. So it's a real time saver. Okay, we're at 6 packages. I have 8 minutes left to go and I have 3 more packages. But this is a very simple one, laravel stubs. So let's maybe seed a new command. So make command my new command, something like that. And we've created a new command. Let's go to it, my new command. And I think what you should notice here is that this is a pretty minimal command. If you just do this in a default Laravel application, then you get like comments, a big comment block above the signature, a big comment block about this, above the description. And here it is nice and minimal. Let's also maybe make a new migration like that. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Create flights table, sure, create flights table. And let's go to that file. Create flights table, here it is. And what should be noticeable here is that in this migration, there isn't a down migration. We only have an up migration here. Now I can write a blog post about why you shouldn't use down migrations, but in all Spatie projects we just don't use it. And when we create a down migration, we don't want to have that down function. As you can see, this also slightly differs from Laravel's default. And let me show you how that works. So this is default Laravel functionality. If you create a stubs directory, you can actually add files in there with stub files here, which Laravel will use to make new classes. So if I add some stuff here and I do make command, then that stuff will be added as well. Now, what does our Laravel stubs package do? So our Laravel stubs package, it basically contains such a stub directory. And if you take a look at the composer.json file, then you can see that whenever we update this project, it will execute PHP artisan spatie stub publish, which means that whenever you update your project, you get the latest versions of our stubs. And this is like a beautiful mechanism to have like opinionated stubs in every project that you have. So if we want to add another method to a stub, we can basically update our package. And then whenever we update the project, we get the newest stubs. And if you like our minimal stubs, then you can also include this in your application, and then you will have nice and minimal stubs as well, and we'll maintain them for you. So again, a very simple package, but yeah, it makes it easy to create new classes in your Laravel application. So that is Laravel stubs. Laravel blade comments. That's also a fun one. I have still 4 minutes left. Good. Let's maybe go to the login view again. So let's log out, go to login again. And I've already included the package in this project. By the way, this package is created by my colleague Tim. It was his idea and he packaged it up. If I take a look at the source code here, then you can see that immediately at the start we can see like which view is responsible for rendering this HTML. You also see the route. You can also see like the layout that's being used for this view. And sure enough, I think something like Laravel debug bar can show you that as well. But if we scroll a little bit down, then you can see that other comments are being added. You can see that this piece of HTML is being rendered by this component. This label is rendered by this component. And this makes it very easy to see which parts of HTML are rendered by which components, which can be great for debugging as well. So another smallish application is just one composer install away, and you see this in all of your views. OK, 9th package, 3 minutes left. This is a new one, Laravel PDF. Actually, I made this package while I was rehearsing this talk. I was going to show you a browser shot to create a PDF, and I thought, this isn't the API that I like. Let's make something special for PDFs. So I created I was working on this talk, then I created this package so I could further work on this talk. So let me show you Laravel PDF. So let's go to home page, and let's click this invoice link here. And it takes a couple of seconds, but with any luck, we should see a PDF invoice here. Pum, pum, pum. Here we are. We have an invoice here to the Grumpy Cat. And yeah, this is a PDF. So let's take a look at how the controller that rendered that looks like. So it's the download invoice controller. And you can see it is that simple. So the package provides a PDF function here, which you can give a view. So let's take a look at that view. So it's the invoice view, invoice blade, this one. And this is quite nice. So this is just a regular view, and we use Tailwind to style this view, and also just to style this PDF, because what happens when you hit this endpoint is that behind the scenes we will automatically spin up a new instance of Chrome, which will render this view, and we will use Chrome to convert it to a PDF. And that means that you can use any modern CSS, because Chrome has a very modern CSS engine in it. So you can just use any HTML that you like to create beautiful PDFs like invoices. The package comes with lots of niceties. For instance, imagine that you don't want to have this invoice displayed in line. You can just download it, and you can just give it a name, maybe invoice from March or something like that. And if I now click this link, have I saved this? Let's save it quickly, just to be sure. If I now click here, invoice, then it's being downloaded. Then it isn't displayed in line anymore. And here we have the invoice of March. Of course, thank you. Of course, you can also do this programmatically. So if you want to save a PDF somewhere, you can just use PDF, give it a view, give it some view data here, and just save the PDF somewhere. So yeah, this should work as well. So creating a PDF, if I go to storage, application, then I see the created invoice here. And here we have now the invoice to Grumpy Cat. So I don't think that I can make PDF generation any more easy than this. I have 0 minutes left, and I have still one more package to talk about. So unless Kaneko drags me off the stage, I'm still going to do this one. Laravel Schedule Monitor. This one shows you if your scheduled jobs are running on time. So let me demonstrate that. So in my kernel here, I have 2 scheduled commands, start Lambo and mail the Grumpy Cat. And if I do schedule monitor list here, then I can see when these commands should run every minute. And here I get like a message like if I want to sync If I want to monitor these tasks, I should perform that sync command, so I'm going to do that. So let's now run the list to see which jobs are now monitored. So list again. And here we can see our commands, but now we have more info. So we have the start of that, finish that, fail that. Let's now run the schedule one time. And we can see that the Lambo has started, but the grumpy cat couldn't be mailed. Let's take a look at that grumpy cat command. Mail grumpy cat. And of course, this command doesn't work because the cat is grumpy. And if I do schedule monitor list now, then I can see that the start Lambo command has finished at this time, but the mail grumpy cat, yeah, the last time that run, it actually failed. So this one gives a list of how your schedule checks should be doing. Now you can also get notifications of this because I've now synced this to the local database, but the package also contains a command to sync it to Odir. And it will actually show all of your jobs in Odir. And when one of your jobs fails or isn't running on time, then Odir will actually send you a notification of that. But this part is optional. You can just use a schedule monitor locally. It's only the notification part that is specific to Odir. Whew, 10 packages. That was quite all right. So these are only 10 of our 300 packages, so I can stand here for the next 29 Laracons. I can do the same talk with other packages. Rest assured, I'm not going to do that, I think. There's a special license on our packages. They are not entirely free. It's like Kaneko said. The license is called postcardware, which means that if you use one of our packages, you have to send us a postcard. Currently missing about 1 billion postcards. So keep them coming. But some of you do send postcards. We publish them on our website, and we also have like a real physical wall in our office where we hang them. Our wall isn't big enough, so the new ones that come in, they go on a big pile right now. Still have to figure out a solution for that. If you want to support our open source efforts, do take a look at the products on our company site. We have a couple of courses. We have a couple of software products. One of the software products that you saw me using in action is here, Ray, which is a little debugging helper. Which I really like, and I know a lot of you like too. So this is all that I have for you. I hope that you liked it, and enjoy Taylor's talk after me. Thank you.
You have questions. How did you guess it? I have questions. So first, we got a question from Senika, and he asked, does the PDF package use Chrome driver under the hood, or it uses Puppeteer?
It uses Puppeteer under the hood. So Puppeteer is a library to control Chrome programmatically. So it's Puppeteer and Chrome under the hood. But as a package user, you don't see that at all. Yeah, you just need to type in the stuff that I saw, and it basically is done for you under the hood. Yeah.
Spatsy always in the help. Thank you. So a question from Janos is asking, when are you going to support ray tracing?
Sorry, again, I didn't understand that.
When are you going to support ray tracing?
Ray tracing, yeah. That will be a little bit hard to have like 3D functionality in our application. Maybe on 1 April. The 1st of April, we'll add that. Yeah. Yeah.
That's an idea.
Ray tracing is going to come.
That's an idea. So we're going to make it a little bit short. So that's all. Freek.
Yeah, thanks.